Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In Sufism there is a saying that what you can touch, it doesn't touch you. And what you cannot touch, it touches us the deepest. So think of matters like love. We cannot really touch it, but it touches us so deep. And first of all, of course, it is the divine. It is the universe, it is the stars around us that we cannot touch, but they touch us. No? And what we can touch, it doesn't satisfy us. It's in our reach, but it doesn't really give us the lasting satisfaction. And this is a very interesting thing, you see. So, one of the reasons why we get touched the deepest of what we cannot touch is that our soul is a light, that we can't really touch it. And the light is embedded in another light. No? So the soul is not really in our body in that sense. But it is embodied in the divine sphere. No? And when we start to make a connection with this light within us, the first thing is always that we identify with this divine spark and say, I am divine. No? The ego takes it in its idealized image and says, yes, I can be this divine, I can be this special one, right? But you have to understand that the soul appears more like a wave on the ocean. This is what we would call our lifetime. This is the life circumstances are just a wave on the ocean. And that wave thinks that it has an identity, that it has a personality, that it has an issue. But in reality, it doesn't. No. So we get informed when we get born in the beginning. The baby is completely yet in the ocean. But then it gets informed about all kinds of things, how to think, how to believe, how to see things and understand things. No? This is how the personality is created. It is this veil that is created basically from the outside. It is given from generation to generation. No? And in the generations, views are also changing, and understandings are changing. So we are getting this kind of imprints, and we have to understand what were the imprints that we are dealing with. That is the first step, and this is a psychological work. That is a therapeutic work you have to undergo with yourself. But then comes the spiritual work, and it's a total different thing, because it goes to the place what we cannot touch. And we cannot touch it also with our mind in that sense. It is not possible that we can touch it with anything that we have, that we own, but we are touched. And this gives us very often this feeling that we are not in control and so on, which is a reality. We are not in control yet. We are responsible for what we can touch, right? That is what we are responsible for. We are responsible for our own environment, let's say, for our own circuit, for our own orbit. That's where we are responsible and where we have to master it also. This is becoming the master, let's say. At the end, you can say there is only one master, which is the divine forever, and there is no other master. That is why it is one of the divine names, Maulana, right? that says it is our master and is written in the book of love. Yeah. So, first of all, we are a mind. Yeah. A mind that is enclosed into a body. Yeah. That is the first thing. And this is where everything happens. No? This is why Hegel, a German philosopher, said, I think and so I am. Yeah. And in a way, it is a Buddhist statement. Yeah. That is also what the Buddha basically were stating. No? Yeah, that the source of all creation in which we live in this very moment is our mind, right? And what we cannot understand by our mind, the Buddha said, it's not there. Yeah. It is untouchable. Yeah. It didn't say it's not there, but it is not relevant because we cannot touch it. So he deals only what you can touch. Why in Sufism we deal what you cannot touch, but what you are touched from. That is the big difference. And this is why we believe in a source. Also it is unseen and it can never be seen, yeah, but it can be felt, no? And in this way we have to understand that when we die, for example, yeah, our mind will go in the next identification, yeah, and so it is not really clear how we die. You see, there is always this moment where you come to this light tunnel, but what people usually never talk is what is the next state, because they don't remember it, as this is like a state where it splits. Yeah, that is where you cannot take it because you're in such a fear in that moment. Yeah, that most people die in a very, very high fearful state, right? And so through this fear, we don't dare to look till the very end. We cannot keep calm. Yeah, it is so strong that we have to move in the next illusion, let's say, in the next projection. No. So when that stops, when you can take this fear of death, of dying, by preparation through your life, this is one of the most important practices you have to do. And in our tariqat, we do it 5 times a day. That is how it is recommended. But we especially do it 1 time in the morning, no? Where you think yourself in the deathbed and you go through it. You go through this point that you have to give everything away. Everything will be taken. Yeah. And you allow that everything is taken. No? And you stand, you are sitting still and just watch. No? You carry it, whatever you see, all the desires, all the expectations, all the regrets, all whatever is there, you just watch it and you go through that. And like this, there's a chance that when it happens in real, so-called real, then you can be present. And that's the exit. That's the exit of the wheel of being in another projection. Yeah. In reality, nothing reincarnates. Yeah. It is just the mind that makes the next projection. Yeah. But it is not you in that sense. The you, the soul, stays where it is. Yeah. It always remains in the same orbit. Yeah. And so not everyone is in connection with his soul. Most people are actually not. Yeah. They are touched, but they don't know it. They don't understand it because it cannot be grabbed, right? This is why when you ask a person, what is the soul? You say, yeah, they cannot know it. You cannot know it by your mind. You have to be touched by it, right? And you have to want it even you don't know it. And this is the secret of the divine. You see, it wants to be wanted. Even we cannot know it, yeah, but we can feel it. Therefore, there is no proof. There is no possibility of proof. There is not a possibility of proving a soul either, right? That's why this famous surgeon, I forgot his name now, was a very famous surgeon in the 20s in Germany, and he said, I operated so many bodies, so many people, but I never found a soul. Yeah. And he could have operated half of the world, he wouldn't have found it. No. So very important to remember, what we can touch is not what touches us, but what we cannot touch, that touches us the deepest. Thank you very much for your time. Wishing you all the best, especially good health and strength to go through these times that we are into it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.